How many planes would you have in a squadron?
Well, dear, normally there'd be 36. There'd be 3 flights, but 460 eventually got 4 flights. You see, they talk about 617 at Scampton, but it was going to come to Binbrook, and there was a bit of an argy-bargy between one group and 3 group who should have 617 squadron, and all the aircraft came to Binbrook, and I worked on them. The ones and what they did, they began putting extra runway, extra dispersals for these 617 aircraft. It wasn't going to be 617 originally. It was going to be a flight of 460, and we were busy modifying these aircraft, and then they took them all away and sent them to Scampton. And I went with people to Scampton. Oh, we had a lot of stuff to fit. They took the bombs. We took the bomb sights out, and they gave us a lot of bomb sights that were in boxes, and we were supposed to fit these, but we never did. The aircraft all went. Some of these Lancasters had a hard life, and all the windows were covered with yellow cellophane, and we don't know what had happened. But they all went to Scampton, and there was this argy-bargy between one group and 3 group, and to overcome that, they formed 5 group, which was the at Scampton and one or two other places, and so I went to Scampton with all this stuff, and it said, should we fit it? They said no, we'd fit it. So we left them all this gear, and came back, and I went to Scampton several times after that for various reasons, but that was that's one of the stories about 617 Squadron, but also, and 460 Squadron then got 4 flights, and we had 50 Lancasters, which was an awful lot of Lancasters to look after, and it caused endless trouble in the messes. Of course, there were far too many people in the messes, aircrew, and we had to get extra ground crew, and it made a mess of Binbrook. This extra flight, it just wasn't geared up for it. But I think the most we ever operated was 42 or 43. When you think of it, around D-Day we were doing 2 operations, and we were dumping 500 tons of bombs in Normandy. When you think the most that the Luftwaffe could do was something over 200 tons of bombs, and we were dropping 500 tons, one squadron in one day, doing 2 ops. And I worked 132 hours that week of D-Day. We were working day and night. When you can imagine, I don't know how the bomb dump had so many bombs. There must have been thousands of tons of bombs in those bomb dumps, which was quite incredible. It was a difficult job. Everybody had to go winding bombs on aircraft. You know, it was beyond the armourers and the people, and towing them out. It got, and of course each aircraft took upwards of 2,000 gallons of petrol, and that was an enormous job. Twice a day, doing about 80 Lancasters in one day. It's an awful lot of petrol and an awful lot of bombs, and it was quite a difficult job doing that.
Were there any other occasions where there were actually shortages of bombs or shortages of fuel?
I don't remember what they did eventually. They ran pipelines to all the stations from Grimsby, and they used to pump the. See, at one time it all had to come in Bowsers, and it got beyond it, so they ran pipelines from Grimsby out to the one group stations. It all came by pipeline, but it was rather interesting. All the bombs came to a railway dump somewhere near Lincoln. I don't quite know where, and they all came in 6-wheeled trucks, and there were 1,000-pound bombs and 4,000-pounders. And on the way there was a hill called Bully Hill, which was very steep, and there were always 1,000-pound bombs on Bully Hill or a side of Bully Hill. If you came up Bully Hill, you'd to miss the bombs. They were rolling off, and every now and then they'd go and bring them back. They'd take a crane out and bring them back. But Bully Hill was really dangerous.
What was the most commonly used bomb in the RAF?
Well, I wouldn't say we dropped 1,000-pounders a lot, and 4,000-pounders. I think they were the main ones at Bomber Command. But when crews first came, they had the job of putting mines down off France and in the Baltic, and they used to put a couple of 250-pound bombs on them. I don't know why they were 250, but they always were. And they used to drop these mines in various places, and then they'd go and dump a couple of bombs. It's a long way from where they put the mines. I think the Germans must have known, and it got them upset. But I never knew how they used to know that ships were going to set sail from somewhere and go to somewhere, and that was when they knew what Enigma was doing. I used to wonder how they got all their information, but I never knew. I had my ear quite close to the ground, but I never knew about Enigma and all that goings on. But we got all kinds of information, and I used to wonder where it came from, and it must have come from Enigma, and some of it was very good indeed, and some of the meteorology as well. I think the Germans must have put the weather forecasting out on Enigma, because one night we were told to hold back for 2 hours as there was too much cloud, and the crew said when they got to wherever it was, the only clear area was where the target was, so they knew that the clouds were clear over the target if we waited 2 hours. So how did they know that? It was quite amazing. There was some quite amazing stuff that happened, which I could never fathom out. But they used to take these mines out, and they called it gardening, which was a bit of a euphemism. Oh, dear me.